The well-known names could team up with Nigel Farage's new anti-Brexit party in May's European elections. The party said it will field hundreds of candidates if Brexit is delayed significantly beyond the March 29 deadline. Leader Catherine Blaiklock said she is waiting on the outcome of a crunch parliamentary vote on Theresa May's deal. It comes as the Prime Minister was warned dozens of her MPs are planning to back a plot to delay Brexit if she puts the country on course to leave without an agreement in place. Leaders of the 100-strong Brexit Delivery Group (BDG) of Tories wrote to Chief Whip Julian Smith setting out widespread upset at the prospect of a no-deal departure. Conservative Eurosceptics opposed to the Prime Minister's exit plan risk derailing Brexit altogether, the group warned. Ms. Blaiklock said her party is ready to pounce if the parliamentary logjam continues and exit day is pushed back. Brexit news: several Conservative MPs are set to join the new Brexit Party if there is a delay. Image Getty: everything is going to depend on next week's vote, if there is a vote, or whenever it happens, she said. If there are European elections we will go full blast into them. We have a massive candidate list already, miles more than the 200 that has been reported, she said. The potential candidates come from across the political spectrum, although none are thought to be MPs. Brexit news: Theresa May is facing a race against time to strike a deal with Jean-Claude Juncker. Image Getty: there are great numbers of people who have stood for other parties who like to have a look in. There are MEPs who'd like to have a look in. There are all sorts of business people and people who are new to politics. The list is going to be very competitive, she said. I am talking about people who are at the heart of the Conservative Party. People who are well-known names. Ms. Blaiklock, the daughter of surveyor Kenneth Blaiklock, who took part in the first overland crossing of the Antarctic, said members signing up to the party had now topped 150,000 and that donations were continuing to pour in. The continuing momentum comes after the Brexit Party scored a major coup last week by securing the support of major UKIP figures. Brexit news: Tories could support Nigel Farage's new anti-Brexit party in May's European elections. Image Getty: Paul Nuttall, Nathan Gill, Bill Etheridge, Julia Reid, Tim Acker, Jonathan Bullock, David E. Coburn joined Mr. Farage's Brexit Party MEPs, making it the fourth largest UK political group in the European Parliament. The next European elections take place from May 23 to 26. Mrs. May has repeatedly insisted she wants Britain to leave the EU on March 29 as planned, but a series of cabinet ministers have suggested there could be a short delay. The Prime Minister is wrestling to bring together warring factions within her party. Andrew Percy, one of the leaders of the BDG. Image Getty: Andrew Percy, one of the leaders of the BDG, said dozens of his colleagues would be prepared to vote for measures to delay exit day if the intransigence of some Brexiteers meant Mrs. May's deal is again rejected by MPs. Another Commons showdown is expected to take place on Wednesday, but the Prime Minister is unlikely to have an improved deal to put before them by then. Mr. Percy warned the Tory European Research Group of Brexiteers they risk the prospect of Brexit not happening at all unless they compromised and backed a deal. Some of my colleagues have got to recognise that the game they have thus far been playing with regards to this whole process is not going to end well for them, and could potentially end with the delaying of perhaps even no Brexit, which some of us have spent a lot of our parliamentary and political careers campaigning for, he said. If it looks like a deal will be rejected, numerous Tories are planning to support amendments that would take no deal off the table and delay Brexit. Mr. Percy urged the government to consider a free vote so that the MPs could express their views without the damage of a rebellion. Up to 25 members of the government are believed to be preparing to vote for a delay unless the Prime Minister rules out no deal, but it is likely they would challenge her to sack them rather than quit their frontbench roles. Former Tory leader Lord Howard dismissed suggestions Brexit should be delayed and insisted warnings about the impact of a no-deal departure had been exaggerated. We must leave, and I believe we must leave on March 29, he said.